let's stick in that light heavyweight division and go to my main man, King Muhammed Lawal. It has been a long time since we talked to King Mo. And, this past weekend I was thinking about him 2 times because I went to a local indie show and I saw some MMA fighters on it. Shayna Baszler, Matt Riddle, Dan Severn, and then, of course, the CM Punk experiment. I said, who better than King Mo to talk about this whole craziness? So now here we have him, King Mo on the phone. King Mo, you there?
Yeah, man, I'm here. What's up, man?
Oh, what's going on, King Mo? It has been a while. Good to have you on the show, and thank you for being flexible with the time. I appreciate that. So let's talk about Punk. What did you think of the whole thing, the whole experiment, and then the payoff on Saturday? What did you think?
Well, here's the thing, man. He's new to the sport. He jumped in head first. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell he felt good. The crowd didn't get to him, but when he got in the cage, his nerves got to him. Because when the fight started, instead of settling down and moving around a little bit, he shuffled forward in kill mode. You know what I'm saying? Not using any of his tools, because he's at the good camp. Duke Rufus knows his thing. He knows his stuff, man. So, I'm pretty sure he was like, when you go out there, feint, use your jabs, set something up. But CM Punk was in kill mode and just didn't implement the game plan. From what I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? And, it takes practice, it takes time. So I hope to give him the chance to redeem himself because, when I talked to him about him doing this, he told me, like, I can't live and not fight, not try to fight one time. Well, he fought, but he didn't give himself a chance to show his true skills.
Did you think it was a mistake to book him against someone like Mickey Gall with his skill set?
What else can you do? All you can do is go out there and try and sit the fight up and see what happens, because anything can happen. What if CM Punk threw a jab and an overhand right and clipped him? Anything can happen in the fight game. No victory is guaranteed. So, maybe they can give him like someone else a fight, and he can build up on his skills. Hopefully he can go through a camp without getting injured or dealing with these negative injuries from taking all those bumps. But I just hope that he heals up, goes back in the gym, starts training, keeps learning.
Yeah. A lot was made of the performance, and of course it was rather one-sided. Do you take away any positives from what you saw? Did you see anything sub-defense, anything at all? Is there any silver lining there as far as the actual performance is concerned?
Yep, my silver lining is he's a fighter. And here's why I say this. Any other man, any normal man would have tapped when he's getting beat up like that and would have quit. Man, he didn't quit. He was getting pummeled. He got put in every bad position. He was flattened out, getting hit. And you know what? He kept on trying. You know what I'm saying? There are people, they're vets. There's some champions out there that have tapped the strikes. But you know what? He kept on fighting and got submitted. You know what I'm saying? So I can give him that. Like, he went out there to win. He tried. That's all you can ask. Next time he'll do better.
Okay, so now the internet, I don't know if you know this, but everyone is going crazy over his disclosed pay. They just released it, Ohio did, and the disclosed pay is $500,000, and there's all these hot takes going on. Talk some sense. Is he worth $500,000? And let's not talk about pay-per-view, points and all this stuff. $500,000 for CM Punk. What do you think of that number?
You know what? Here's the thing. Hindsight, yeah, he's worth that. You know why? Because if he would have fought sooner, the hype would have been even bigger. But the injuries and the delay kind of messed everything up. But if he would have fought this shortly after he got signed, man, that pay-per-view would have easily done over $1 million, in my opinion. Because at that time, he was still hot. People were asking questions like, what's going on? He's still hot, but when he had the injuries and he was like not in the limelight, he was just quiet, and he was like kind of in Hillary Clinton mode. You know what I'm saying? People kind of just like eased up on it. But after he signed for UFC the first time, or not the first time, but right when it happened, they could have rode that wave and had a fight sooner, and it would have been bigger.
My man John Pollock of the Fight Network tweets that if he added 17,000 pay-per-view buys, that equals $500,000. So when you break it down like that, I'm pretty sure he added at least 17,000 pay-per-view buys, right?
Oh yeah. It's just that here's the thing. Like, I think so, but you can't forget pay-per-views are dying art with pro wrestling, because now they have the WWE network and people really don't pay for pay-per-views no more.
Right.
Everybody streams them. So I think off his hype alone and his name alone,
Yeah.
he probably, he did well over 17,000 buys. But, personally, people were intrigued. People tuned in to watch. You know what I'm saying? So they can complain about him being not worth $500,000, but all the people complaining probably watched the fight. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you're the UFC, do you bring him back?
You know what? I bring him back.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I bring him back. Yeah, man, he wants to fight. I think that it's great, when a guy like that puts in time and effort and, puts it all on the line. People say that, oh, he shouldn't be in the UFC, but the UFC signed him. So, you know what? Give him a chance. Let him fight out his contract. This is a dream for him. Just like when Herschel Walker fought. Herschel Walker wanted to fight. They wanted to fight. They gave him a chance. He did it.
So it's interesting that you bring up Herschel Walker, Mo, because I thought the mistake that the promoters did with Herschel Walker was they didn't build up the opponent at all. And of course, he beat the opponent, Greg Nudge, Scott Carson, but we knew nothing about those guys. So if he slipped on a banana peel, you would have been left with nothing. But with Mickey Gall, they actually did a pretty good job of building him up too. And then he gets on the mic and he calls out Sage Northcutt. So that's why I feel like this was a win-win for everyone involved. Punk got, his wish. He gets to fight in the UFC. The UFC now gets a prospect out of Mickey Gall, and Gall wins, sort of, keeping the sanctity of the octagon intact, and the guy doesn't come off the street and wins. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like it was a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, it was, but here's the thing: that's not fair to say he came off the street, because man, he's been doing jiu-jitsu for a while. Granted, he couldn't show it because he's getting punched. Punches change jiu-jitsu. He's been training for 2 years with the Duke Rufus, putting in work. I text him here and there, check up on him, see how he's doing, and see if he's feeling good. And man, he was serious about it. You can see his body change. He was pumped up. A lesser man would have just found a way to not take the fight. Or find a way to pull out, but he didn't. He stepped up to the plate and took a swing.
Do you still watch pro wrestling?
Yeah. Right now, I'm big on Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero.
I don't know what you're talking about. I know who Matt Hardy is, but I'm out of the game.
No,
but it's good.
It's Broken Matt Hardy.
Broken Matt
Hardy is the new name. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, Broken Matt Hardy. He changed the whole game up, man. Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. You gotta peep it though.
Where does he wrestle, Matt Hardy, these days?
He's doing indie shows in TNA. He has a thing. It's weird because he talks different. He has a thing called Final Deletion and Final Deletion Part 2. Check that out. It's crazy, but it's good though, man. I liked it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. It seems like WWE mocked CM Punk last night. Did you see this?
I saw it.
What do you make of that?
It was, what? It's a rib. They all do that. They talk about Brock Lesnar. It is what it is. This is part of the game.
I thought it was in poor taste. I mean, here's a guy going out there actually fighting, and you're going to play. And I know they're involved in this lawsuit and everything, which seems kind of bogus to begin with. But come on, I don't know. I thought it was in poor taste.
No. Listen. I'm not with it. But the thing is that it's part of that's wrestling culture. They do that. They'll take shots at you for anything. It don't matter.
So you think, based on what you know, you think he'll fight again?
You know what? I think he will.
Okay.
I think he'll fight again. I think he wants to. I don't know if the UFC will allow it because I don't really know what the UFC is doing. I don't really keep up with them. I just keep up with my fighters that I'm cool with in the UFC. But I hope he gets a chance to fight again. If he don't, hey, come on over to Bellator, dog. We'll get you a fight over there too.
I said that if the UFC released him, Coker would be on the phone a minute later signing him, right? I mean, it totally makes sense.
Yeah, we'll book him. Yeah, we'll book him up. Get Scorpio Sky. So this is amateur wrestler, Scorpio Sky. I mean, amateur wrestler. He's just amateur MMA, but he's a pro wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Out of California.
Okay.
They can set that fight up. So.
What do you think of Mickey? 70. Do you think he has potential?
Yeah, man. He came to the American Top Team a while, like last year, and he was showing some, man. He's tough, man. He has some skills. He's gonna be the beat, but he's confident. That's for anybody.
So I was also thinking about you on Friday night because I went to this show in this little church in Cleveland, basement of a church. And it was an indie pro wrestling show, AIW, Absolute Intense Pro Wrestling or Intensity Pro Wrestling. And not only was Dan Severn competing, but also Matt Riddle, the bro himself, and I got his T-shirt right here, and Shayna Baszler were also competing. There's the Matt Riddle shirt right there. And I thought of you, of course, because you attempted to make the switch over from MMA to pro wrestling while you were still an active MMA fighter. They have taken a break. Are you familiar with what these two are doing, and particularly Matt Riddle? Because I was kind of blown away by both of them. They wrestled. Look, I don't watch it as much, but they came out sort of as MMA fighters, and it felt very real, and that was interesting to me. Have you heard anything about their buzz? And if so, what do you think about how they're doing?
Well, I saw Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's pretty damn. He's pretty damn good.
Okay.
I'm actually impressed with what he's done. Shayna Baszler, I haven't really seen her work, but from what I've seen and of talking to her, she's gonna make it far. She'll probably, if she keeps on, if she sticks with it and stays serious and stays healthy, she'll end up like going possibly to WWE. I think.
Yeah.
Matt Riddle is the same as well. They're good. They're pretty damn good.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised that they're doing so well?
No, I'm not surprised because it's like it takes people with imagination and personality, and if they're pro wrestling fans, they'll do good at pro wrestling. They have to respect it and just go ahead. It takes time. You just can't jump up in there and be like, you know what, I'm gonna be the best. Well, it takes time. You have to put in that work. And once you put in that work, you listen to the right people, then you'll become, good at pro wrestling.
So why didn't it work for you?
Well, the thing is, like, I could work matches, but I was too involved in MMA still. We still do wrestling matches at ATT.
Really?
ATTWF. I wrestled Stevie Richards last year.
What?
I wrestled Stevie Richards. I took a Stevie kick. Yeah, you know that?
No, I didn't. What is ATTWF? Is this open to the public?
The ATTWF. We go hard. And as a matter of fact, they're having a show this October at the gym. I was booked to appear, but I can't make it because my boy's fighting, so I'm going to corner him. But the next show, we'll bring you down, dog, and we'll show you how we get down in American Top Team.
Wait, so is this open to the public?
Yeah, so it's for the kids and everything. We do it for the kids, but we have a belt. We go hard, man. We have to have belts.
Whoa.
Top rope action. Yeah, we bring in stars. Like, I'm going to try to holler at some people at Ring of Honor to see if they could take my spot, you know what I'm saying, since I'm gone.
Where are you going to be?
My boy's fighting up there in Alberta.
Oh. Who's your boy?
It's going to be cool. Ryan Quinn, a.k.a. Quinn Swaggle.
Okay. Is he Irish?
Yeah, he's half Irish, half Italian, but we call him Quinn Swaggle, you know what I'm saying, just because, he's a big wrestling fan.
Who's the champ of the ATTWF?
Well, he got stripped from the belt. Micah Miller, a.k.a. Sidney Jones. Actually, I call him Cindy Jones. He was the belt holder, but due to injury, he got stripped of the belt.
Oh, snap.
And me and Stevie Richards, we had a match for the belt, but then, someone interfered in the match. There was no contest. Are
you talking about like Stevie Richards from Right to Censor and like back in the day?
Yes.
The BWO?
Yes, Stevie.
Wow.
Stevie. Yeah, the BWO Stevie.
Damn. I didn't know he was a part of the ATTWF.
Yeah, man. We got Wes Briscoe. We're gonna bring in more people. Wes Briscoe's part of the ATTWF as well. Ben Ortiz from Ring of Honor, part of the ATTWF.
Damn.
We go hard out there.
Have you ever talked to, I'm sure you have, but I'll ask anyway, Dan Lambert, have you seen his belts, his belt collection?
I haven't seen his belt collection, but...
you know about this, right?
We talked about it. Yeah, I know about it. It's pretty impressive.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. I've seen a picture of it, and it's amazing how many damn belts the guy has. By the way, speaking of ATT, any thoughts on Robbie Lawler pulling out of the fight? Do you have any idea why?
Man, it's like this. I don't think... I think that Robbie shouldn't fight till like December or January. Take time off because these past 2 years, man, at the gym, Robbie's been going to the max.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Take the time to recharge because Cerrone's a good fighter. It's a great fight for the fans, but, why rush it? Cerrone ain't going nowhere. Cerrone's always in shape, always ready. So once Robbie recharges, if Cerrone wants to fight Robbie, then they can fight. Okay,
so because that's also what I heard, that he just wanted a little more time. So it's strictly that, right?
Yeah, man. But Robbie, he's always in shape. It's just that, why rush it? The past 2 years, man, his schedule, his fights, man, take some time for your family, take some time for yourself, recharge. After his last 3 fights, the following Monday, he's back in the gym, lifting weights or doing something. So he really doesn't step away from the gym. He has to be forced out by Coach Cammy to hey, go home. Go do something, like go fish, go mow your lawn, go do something, go swimming. They have to push him out there because he always wants to be in there.
Yeah. You weren't in his corner at 201, right?
I was there.
You were there in his corner?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I lay low, man.
You do lay low. Jeez.
I lay low.
I saw you in the Condit corner, but I didn't. I guess I couldn't. I was on the other side of the cage. I was on Woodley's side, so I didn't see you there. Damn, you do lay low.
Yeah.
What'd you think? Like, what went wrong? Was it just a bad night overall?
No, nothing went wrong. Like nothing went wrong. Really, we just when you're a southpaw, you're facing an orthodox fighter with a good right hand. You don't want to circle to your left unless you're going to counter him. Well, we circled to our left, and we didn't get the counter off. I guess we just looked like we misjudged the right hand coming, and it was like a looping right hand that came underneath or slightly over the arm, and we just misjudged it. But man, just in the fight game, anything can happen, man. One punch, one kick, one knee, one elbow.
Right.
It's over.
By the way, what do you make of this Kyle Snyder, Olympic gold medalist, who says he wants to go to the UFC? Obviously he's never done MMA, but do you feel like he's he's a guy who has those skills that he could potentially be a monster in there? He's a big boy. Yeah,
man. He has a lot of potential. Young still. You know what I'm saying? He wants to go to the UFC. It's a lot of wrestlers. She said it's still a dream to go to the UFC or go fight or go make money outside of wrestling. So, hey, I hope he gets the right team and gets the right people, and he'll be a star.
Let's go with you, ATT.
Yeah, he comes to ATT. You know what I'm saying? We just, when he's done wrestling, I want to win a few more medals.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
saying? Okay, so let's talk about you. The last time we saw you, Mo, it was in May. Just one of those nights. First of all, have you watched it again, the fight against Phil Davis? Have you seen it since?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've seen it, man. I thought I won, man. I thought I won. But I guess they count block kicks. I talked to somebody, and they're like, yeah, block kicks do damage too. And I'm like, okay. And that's what I'm dead serious. They're like, yeah, block kicks, we score those. And I was like, do y'all score block punches too? And they're like, well, it depends on the damage. And I'm like, how can I determine if block kicks do damage to people's arms that are still throwing punches?
Yeah.
But it is what it is, man. I'm hoping that...
Sorry. Go ahead.
I hope I get a chance to bring it back. There are a few fights I thought I won that just, for some reason, I guess the judges don't like Mo.
Do you know what's next yet?
No, man. I'm just waiting. I'm just training, chilling, waiting. I heard Shane Carwin is looking to fight again.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind fighting Shane Carwin if he wants to come back.
Oh.
I'll fight anybody, man. Money weight, you know what I'm saying? So anybody that's available to fight, I'm down to fight.
Wow, Shane Carwin. Yeah, he announced last week that he's now a free agent. I've been told that Bellator is interested. Early talks. That's a big boy. You don't think he'll be too big?
Man, look. Look at the old school MMA fights back in the day.
That's right.
I ain't hear Keith Hackett complaining about size.
That's right.
I don't care. If I can make that weight, I'm gonna fight you. Like Shane Carwin's a man. He has heavy hands. I've sparred him before. He touched me up a few times.
Oh.
But it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm probably getting paid. It's a fight.
So Shane Carwin, I like that. What do you think of the overall mood now at Bellator with Rory coming over? Benson came over not too long. Matt Mitrione. Are you sensing a shift here? Are you sensing some good vibrations?
Oh yeah, man! Everybody's happy. Everybody's cool. The cards are getting better and better. The competition's getting up there. Morale is up. I wish every organization had the same issue as we do. Good fights, good morale, because MMA needs it.
Who's the next big one you want to see come over?
As far for MMA, I'm ready to see Aaron Pico.
Oh yeah.
I want to see him. Yeah, I'm ready. He has hands. The boy is legit.
How far away do you think he is?
But here's the thing: like, I hope Bellator Max gets a fight, but I want to see him win a medal as well because he's young.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like from the wrestle still and win some medals, but at the same time take some fights here and there because he's very skilled. He has great hands. He's a great wrestler. Ain't nobody taking him down. He'll be he's a star.
What about Japan? Are you still a possibility for Rizin, or are you going to be Bellator only for the foreseeable future?
I'm down for Rizin. It's just that, man, like, there's some things, what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna talk bad about this. Okay. They're a great organization, but there's some things that, that I like to clear up with them first.
Oh, like what?
That's about it. Oh, baby, I told you I could talk about it.
But you brought it up. You brought it up.
I know, but I'm saying, hey,
have they not paid you?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That's all. It has nothing to do with the payment and like that. It's just other things. You know what I'm saying?
This is bizarre. So until this gets cleared up, you have no interest in fighting for them.
Well, no, I have interest in fighting for them. Don't get me wrong, but I would like to talk about some more things before I fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
It's just, I'll tell you off the record.
Okay. Okay, let's go off the record right now. Now we're off the record. Tell me.
You're off the record, because the thing's still rolling. I ain't done. You think I'm Mark Burns? You should have Pastor Mark Burns do is supporting Donald Trump?
No.
Yeah, him.
That was good.
He got cut up lying.
Yeah, he did get cut.
I ain't no Mark Burns.
It was worth a shot. So, will you fight again this year, though?
Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping 2 times this year.
Oh, 2 times. Wow. Who do you think wins?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Phil Davis or Liam McGeary? Who do you got?
You know what? I'm cool with both of them, but I'm rolling with Liam. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just rolling with Liam. Liam's my dog. You know what I'm saying? The Black Pikey, the Black Mr. Bean. That's my dog, man. Phil is cool, but I'm closer to Liam.
The Black Mr. Bean. I like that. Because of the accent or any other reason?
Yeah, the accent. That's how he dresses too.
Oh,
and how he walks. He walks real British. It's weird. Like, but walks real like Mr. Beanish.
Wow, I never noticed that. He's been in studio. I didn't notice he walked like Mr. Bean. I'll have to check that out. Wow,
watch him.
It's been good. It's been good to catch up, Mo. It has been a while.
Yeah, man. You what about you? You doing good?
I'm doing good. Yeah, thanks for asking. I'm doing okay. I can't complain. Staying out of trouble.
How's the regime change treating you?
Oh,
how's that?
Well, I got percentage of the. No, I'm just joking. They're fine. They're actually it's actually really nice. It feels, that whole thing that happened a couple months ago, it feels like it was 10 years ago. Everyone couldn't be nicer.
Good. That's what's up.
Well, I just wanted to catch up and get your thoughts on this whole crazy, we how it is. The MMA purists, they sometimes forget that, the roots of MMA are definitely in pro wrestling. And what was funny, and I noted this on Saturday, Overeem comes out to the Pride song and all these people are going nuts, and some of those people were the same people who were saying the Punk thing was crazy, but that was Pride 101, right? I mean, that was straight out of the Pride playbook, right?
Pride was pro wrestling to a T.
Yeah. So,
as a matter of fact, when MMA was big, pro wrestling was big, and vice versa in Japan. So,
right. Yeah, and not the first time, and dare I say, not the last time that something like this is going to happen. Great to get your insight, my man. Thank you very much. Glad to hear everything's doing well with you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being flexible, and we'll talk to you very soon. Always a pleasure, King Mo.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro.
You're the man. There he is. King Muhammed Lawal. Love talking to King Mo. Yeah, that was some disappointing news this past weekend that we got. The first fight that really came out that was, truly, I guess, sort of official for UFC 205. None of the fights are official just yet, but the first one was kind of Donald Cerrone versus Robbie Lawler, and then 2 days later, the fight is off, unfortunately. Now, the story that I was told was essentially what he told us, and that's Robbie just needs more time. And if I'm being honest, when this was even being rumored, I was thinking, this kind of feels a little bit too soon for Robbie Lawler. He just got knocked out. He's been very active, fighting a lot of 5-round fights, and, he's coming back. What? less than 4 months, 3 months and change after he gets knocked out by Tyron Woodley. Donald Cerrone told us a very funny story on Saturday. In fact, he came to the scrum with a Budweiser bottle in his jacket pocket. And every couple of minutes, he was just taking a sip of it. But he told us that Robbie Lawler called him up in Cleveland, asked him where he was. Cerrone told him, went to meet him at the restaurant just to tell him face to face that he was not going to be able to fight. I mean, how crazy is that? How cool is that? Kind of just fits who both of those guys are. And Cerrone said that a piece of his inner fan died inside when Lawler told him the news. He was so disappointed. Everyone was very disappointed. I kind of feel like the only fight that they can make that would curb some of that disappointment is Nick Diaz, Donald Cerrone. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I kind of feel like they might want to save Diaz for GSP. There's a lot of moving parts. UFC 205 is one big moving part. Still not done. I mean, UFC 205 is happening 2 months from today. 2 months from today's UFC 205, there is not a single fight officially announced for it. Now, we know some of them. Iaquinta Alves. We reported Volante de Lima. Weidman Romero isn't done just yet. And, of course, the big one is the main event. And I think once they secure the main event, a lot of dominoes will fall. And I think that the dream main event, as of right now, is Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez. That's the dream main event. But that's not even close to done. Conor McGregor emerged on Saturday on TMZ talking about the CM Punk fight, saying fair play to him, much props. But that fight is not agreed. That fight is not signed. That fight is not even booked. I mean, it is quite the quick turnaround for Conor McGregor. And again, as I think I said last week, another example how the decision to pull him from 200 can affect a card like this, because had he fought at 200, probably would have been enough time. But he fights August 20th. You talk about turning around after a 5-round fight like that to fight November 12th is quite the ask. So what if they don't get Conor McGregor for whatever reason? What's the backup? We know already that Ronda Rousey is not available. What's big enough for MSG? Fascinating story. This is the card that they have been working towards for years. The big debut at Madison Square Garden. And 2 months out, still no main event. Now, I have no doubt that it's going to be a stack card, that it's going to be fun, but it always feels like when we're always building towards one particular card as opposed to a 202 or 203, it's just hard to get everything in line. It's hard to get all the stars aligned. So that's going to be a fascinating story to monitor. Also fascinating, a lot of the champions, because there were so many fights booked over the summer, a lot of the champions are now playing this waiting game. Okay, now, of course, Miocic is going to take a break, and I certainly think that that's the right call. Not only did he take some big shots on Saturday, but he fought in May, won the belt, came rather quickly as far as a turnaround is concerned, and fought in September. Then you have DC. We don't know when he's going to fight. Bisping's fighting in October in less than a month, so that's squared away. Woodley, assuming now it's going to be Wonder Boy, that they're sort of back on track, but nothing booked just yet. And I think that's another domino that will fall once they figure out the 205 main event situation. Eddie Alvarez, part of that domino. Conor at 145, part of that domino. Dominic Cruz, no fight just yet, assuming it's going to be Cody Garbrandt. Demetrius has a fight against the tough winner in December. Nothing yet for Joanna. I think that's another domino. And Amanda Nunes, who all signs seem to point to December 30th against Ronda Rousey, but nothing there just yet. So there's a lot of uncertainty right now, a lot of fights that need to be booked, a lot of dates, but a lot of the champions are waiting to get their number called upon.